Bonsoir mademoiselle, monsieur. Bienvenue sur notre chaîne de télévision Afrique Today dans l'émission de l'équipe de Dimanche présentée par coach Fofo. Nous sommes là ce soir avec le fondateur du Soccer Source 360 du nom de John Dinglo. John Dinglo qui est le fondateur de Soccer Source 360 basé en Colombie. En Colombie qui est parmi nous ce soir pour nous parler de la formation des jeunes, pour nous parler de la formation des coachs, car c'est un monsieur qui s'est dévoué, qui s'est donné sa vie pour le développement du football aux États-Unis, spécialement dans le canton de Colombia, où il s'est basé depuis plus de 30 ans, où il travaille avec beaucoup de jeunes, où il forme aussi les coachs, et il donne sa vie, il donne son expertise dans le domaine du football. Nous avons ce soir, dans notre studio, John Dinglo. Mr. John Dinglo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you to come to our show, Équipe du Dimanche, who show up every Sunday on www.afriquetoday.com, on the smart TV, on the YouTube, and online. So we're very happy to have you in our studio.
And it's great being here.
My first question: who is John Dinglo?
Well, I think first I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a community member I've lived in Catonsville my whole life, Catonsville, Maryland. So that's where it all starts with.
Can you tell us what John Dinglo do?
Well, my occupation, I'm the director of Soccer Source 360, which is a company that focuses on the development of players, coaches, and clubs.
Monsieur, mademoiselle, monsieur, comme le voit ce soir, nous savons dans notre studio un nom de John Dinglo. Quelqu'un qui s'est donné sa vie depuis plus de 30 ans, qu'il a sa formation, qu'il a sa compagnie qui s'appelle Soccer Source 360, qui est basée en Colombie, mais il vit dans Catonsville, où il travaille, où il forme les jeunes, où il donne tout ce qui est passion, tout ce qui est développement au niveau du football aux États-Unis. C'est un monsieur qui vraiment qui a du talent, qui s'est donné à la particularité, à la formation des jeunes. John, can you talk about Soccer 360?
Soccer Source 360 as a company is unique to every company that we look at in the marketplace, in the fact that we work with players, coaches, and clubs. And when I say that, not many companies can focus on just one properly. And we've been able to master meeting the needs of all three by just focusing on the people that are in front of us at the time. And what are their needs, and we draw on our experience to do that.
Today, a lot of people want to know exactly how many years you be served on the Soccer 360 was working with the youth in Colombia, neighborhood, all the way to your town, Catonsville.
Yeah. Well, I started coaching when I was in college. Sean Green, who's going to be a clinician at our seminar, coming up, gave me my first opportunity to coach summer soccer camps. And I just remember working with kids thinking these would have been great opportunities. I would have had great learning opportunities if I was presented this way of learning.
Exactly.
And as the more I did it, then I got more opportunities to provide kids up, and it evolved into a career.
People want to know exactly. I read some of your tests, and then you say children need to play more. What does that mean? Today in the soccer, we know, as myself growing on Africa, you're gonna be a best player. You need time to. So you go behind and say, yeah, children need to play more. Can you define that a little bit so our people who listen to us to know exactly what it takes to be a player?
I think it's even soccer players need to play more soccer, obviously, to become better. But I think if we take a step back and say, what are kids' real needs? We have to say it's play. They learn through play. And as the more adults that are involved with their play, the less it's about kids. So we can take a lesson there. They need more free play. And when they are involved with adults, how can the kids be in charge of their play? And how can they be the proactive play initiators even when the adults are involved with them? And I say kids need to play more because that's where they're going to learn. They're learning through play.
Okay.
And then we're setting up the autonomous learner that can continue to learn on his own because they're learning in a fun atmosphere.
Exactly. I've been following you for so many years, attending some of your course, your seminar, and I see the devotion, I see the passion on you, trying to lead, give something to the community, especially on the youth side. And then you go mention, say, children make a lifelong memory, friendship, and a value. What does that mean? Because, when I'm reading and I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, saying that word.
Well, it came to me in that way when I was at a funeral. And I just saw all my friends that I grew up with because we were there celebrating the coach's life. And it was the memories, the friendships from playing days as a kid, playing soccer, but it was playing other sports. And then I look and say, those are the memories, but I also got the values. What did this person teach me about soccer? I couldn't articulate it, but I could articulate that as a role model. He started to shape decisions that I made. As an example, he started to shape things that all of us did, and that was the true value of participation in sports, true value of participation in group settings where we can learn to sacrifice for the unknown, where we can learn to work with people that we share values with and we share commonality with. But we also learn to work with people that we might not share the same values. In fact, we might not even care for them, but we can put that aside to work for a common goal. And that's something that we see is that helps us
in society.
Right, and that's why play opportunities, why values, and prepares people for life.
For the life, especially the younger one.
Yes.
Yeah. Mademoiselle, messieurs, oui, quand nous parlons du coaching, quand nous parlons de la transmission du savoir par le coach est quelqu'un qui est dans la vie d'un enfant ou d'un joueur, qui est là et qui lui permet de créer quelque chose le plus solide, le plus important de sa vie du jeune âge jusqu'à devenir adulte. Et moi-même, de mon expérience, je peux dire aujourd'hui que tous les coachs que j'ai eus dans ma vie qui m'ont donné cette valeur, qui m'ont permis de devenir qui je suis aujourd'hui, ont joué beaucoup de rôles dans ma vie, m'ont aidé à avancer. C'est le même rôle que John Dingo is playing dans la communauté aujourd'hui. Et nous sommes là ce soir à vous montrer que notre chaîne est là pour parler du soccer, du football et aussi tout ce qui est le développement, tout ce qui développe, tout ce qui permet que l'avenir soit assuré. C'est dans lequel nous parlons et nous avons la chance ce soir d'avoir John Dingo parmi nous. John, you say, believe personal growth occur through team participation.
I think we just touched a little bit on that as kids, individual sports certainly have their own benefits, but when we look at teams, they have to come and get common goals and objectives, action plans to reach those goals, and different players are going to form or fill different roles in that action plan. They're going to fill different roles in reaching that objective. And sometimes we have to put aside some of our own personal gains for the good of the group.
Exactly.
So that would be one thing. I think that just the whole concept of sacrificing for the unknown is a great learning lesson.
Exactly.
Because there's no promises when we're pursuing team goals. That
We do not have a team,
and in fact, there's things that we can't control in our goals. That how are we going to handle adversity as a group?
That's
how are we going to
set up?
How are we going to be good teammates?
Exactly. Support each other on the field.
Right. So, and these are skills that transfer into life. How are we going to be selfless leaders? How are we going to let others help us even so that we can grow through
those parts,
building up others.
Exactly. And John, I believe what you are saying is very important to any kid, any adult life. We need to have a way to come as a team, as a group, because soccer is not only one person game. It's a game of 11 players, and those 11 players can be a friend, can be, support each other to overcome any situation the adversity is given to them. So that word, and I read it, and I say in the community we live, me as a coach, and today, why soccer can change the community we are living. How the game of soccer can impact our community.
Well, it impacts your community because the more kids involved in a positive, active lifestyle, it gives roots to examples of positive, active lifestyles. These kids that are learning the discipline it takes to be at practice on time, or learning the discipline to be at school on time. The disciplines to associate in a group are going to impact that, but then also we can then take pride in our community when we represent our community. So now communities are playing in different communities, and we put our best face forward.
Exactly.
So now we're representing our community, and our community then takes pride in us because we are representing them.
Wonderful.
So we benefit. It's a mutual benefit. So.
And I know you not just a coach and just a founder of Soccer Social 360. You also work for MSY, who govern the Midland Soccer. They call it Midland Soccer Youth Association, Soccer Association. And I see you leading a couple years ago a really position. Can you define your experience with the MSY?
Well, I am an instructor for the coaching education portion of Maryland State Youth Soccer. So we teach the licensing courses for coaches, and U.S. Soccer's MSYSA is teaching the coaching courses for U.S. Soccer, who has a very ambitious mission statement. So U.S. Soccer's mission statement is to become for soccer to become the preeminent sport in the United States. And they're defining that by the passion of people. It's they're passionate. Number one passion in sports. Participation. We have the most kids participating, but also in quality. That the U.S. Soccer is a great program.
It's growing up too.
So they're defining that, and they actually believe that every kid deserves a qualified trained coach who's been through one of the training programs. So we're busy trying to get those coaches to experience what it means to be a trained coach and create learning-centered environments when they're working with kids, so that it's about the kids in front of them.
as we'll be working, in the community through USA Soccer, is something is impacting our community today in terms of we call something pay to play. And then I don't know how this is in your community, but how's our community here who parent, especially the minority kids who parent don't have too much resource to be put the kids to the tournament to do. We are calling something pay to play. How pay to play functional is affecting USA Soccer?
I think we need to look at it in many ways. The first thing is the parents need to start looking and controlling their costs is one way, because I don't see the manufacturers slowing down the production of their sales units. That if clubs say we want 5 uniforms, then the parents are going to be forced to buy 5 uniforms. So how can parents start supporting clubs that have the needs of the community? The needs of the community are aligned with the club's goals and objectives, and cost effectiveness should be part of that. So don't expect the businesses to say we're not going to take as much money, but I think the clubs have to be better stewards of the parents, and parents have to start recognizing the clubs that are being good stewards.
Exactly.
So,
John, I know from 1 week from today, you are organizing your team for the 4th annual seminar. The coaching seminar is coming on Colombia, next Sunday. And I know I've been last year, it was impactful. What you expecting this year coming on next Sunday for the coaching seminar, and the was and the goal and functional we are waiting for? Can you talk a little bit about your next Sunday event? Big event is coming.
all right. Our annual coach development seminar is when I bring back people that I want to thank that I've learned from for a 1-day coaching seminar. So then we open it up to the community and say, come on out, because we got a great group of clinicians.
Yes.
Very lucky to get Bill Sterry, who I learned from, Sean Green, who I already mentioned, who's going to be there. We're going to have Mike Dunshee is working with Roy Dunshee. He's going to be doing a session on transition, and then Mike Curry is doing his goalkeeping session. So we got some of the best clinicians in the country, and then the community supports it. It's just great that how many clubs help promote this and help they pay for their coaches to attend it.
Yes.
And it's just a great event that it's a celebration of soccer where the coaches come together. And this year we're having a social before where the coaches can come and greet and meet ahead of time. And then at lunch we're going to break it down by age group so they can talk about common interests, and they can maybe set up friendlies and talk about tournaments and that they can go to, that they know that are good experiences, so that we can start sharing great experiences that we provided for our kids, and maybe even talk about experiences that we can learn from because we didn't see them as valuable as others might have.
I can touch you guys, is something you don't need to miss. If you are a coach or you have an academy around Maryland, DC, Virginia, I believe it's something you don't need to miss, because I've been there last year. I've been there for a couple years. This is my 3rd time. I'm going to be going this next week coming. Believe me, please, trying to get your ticket, trying to reserve your seat to go and see how you can learn for the whole day a new thing, because and being a soccer coach is something you need to learn every day in new stuff to impact your coaching career and also the kids you have around you. And then we have a great person, a great man in the name of John Dingo, who have ability to create that kind of platform for our coach to be and there to inspire and empower themselves once a year. Don't miss it. John, it was a pleasure to have you in our show, and we would like to see you more time. You know, come visit and let us talk about soccer. Équipe du Dimanche is the place where we talk about soccer, talk about our future. The 2026 is coming. We're going to have more like you coming here, express ourselves, make sure the way we want the World Cup and then our future, our youth develop their soccer to be talk about it, because it's something we need to be talk about it.
All right, that sounds great. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Hava. Monsieur, mademoiselle, monsieur, oui, nous voici arrivés à la fin de cette émission de l'équipe du dimanche, présentée tous les dimanches à 4h sur www.afriquetoday.com, sur YouTube, sur Twitter et Instagram, et aussi sur Smart TV, où vous nous verrez. Et nous sommes là ce soir. Cette émission est présentée par Coach Fofo. Cette émission est présentée par Coach Fofo, et je vous dis merci et à bientôt.